My name is Mara Schneider. I'm an Air Force brat, so I'm from a little bit of all over. It will be 12 years in February. I come from a military family, a long history of military service. And while my choice wasn't the military, I always knew I would end up doing something in service to our country. So I think what inspired me to apply for the FBI was just to give back to our country in a way that my family has. I was a criminal defense attorney before I joined the FBI, and I would probably still be doing that. The biggest challenge for me was the physical challenge. So I spent a lot of time training, actually, to make sure that I could pass the fitness test before I went to the academy and as I was going through the process. So training was my biggest preparation. I think what I enjoy most about being as an agent is just the sense of giving back to a community without expecting any thanks in return, or it's just a sense of giving back in a way that doesn't require notice. It's just doing your job. I think a lot of people are surprised when they first meet me that I'm an FBI agent, partially because I'm a female. They don't often meet female agents. So I think that we come from all different backgrounds, male, female, different educational backgrounds. It's probably the biggest myth. Most people think that we're all military or all former law enforcement officers. So the idea that you can come in as a lawyer or an engineer or an accountant is something new and different. I don't know that I have a dream location. I spent a number of years in New York City, and that was exciting because the city is exciting. And I would have liked to have worked there. So I think I probably served in that place. So I think what I would encourage anyone who's wanting to become an FBI agent, young or of any age, is to appreciate the responsibility of how you affect the system and how you affect this organization, and that it's important for us to have different viewpoints and ideas in this organization. So to come in without any predetermined ideas or any thoughts that just because you don't come from this kind of background, a law enforcement background, that you wouldn't belong here. So my supervisor at the academy once told me that when you're home, you need to be at home. So what he meant by that was that it's important to be able to leave your job at work. And when you're home, you are there to spend time with your family. We work a lot as agents, so I think that's an important balance to have, to be able to leave the things that belong to work at work. I'd actually like to go to Russia. So I have an interest in Russian history from college, and it's one place, because we traveled quite a bit as a military family, it was the one place I didn't get to see while we were still overseas. I'm reading a book called The Five, which is about it's the history of the victims of Jack the Ripper. So I read a lot of historical nonfiction and historical fiction. So that's what's on my list right now. There's a bunch of things in my musical playlist. So I listen to all kinds of things. So I have young kids who listen to sort of top 40 music right now. But I also have Broadway music and kind of old 80s music. It's a very diverse playlist. You know, growing up, my father, who was a military person, always told me that we lived in the greatest country in the world. And I believe that to be true. But it's important that we each participate in this country to make it great. So whether that's working in the government, whether that's voting, whether it's just helping in your community, all of those things are important. And we need all kinds of people working in all kinds of jobs to keep this country great.